Euro's going up. Euro dollar's going up, of course, though. So the this cell script that I'm running on here called Bear 6. Now this is not in the last demo, so I'm gonna redo the zip file, delete that one, and put the newer version in. But I think I screwed up the other one because I wrote here to sell at 100 pips hard up in that, which just it kind of defeated the whole purpose of getting out at different prices, because it's bad enough I'm getting out at the same price here in a way. Ultimately, this take profit here, if you're selling at 60 pips above, and maybe this stop is a little bit tighter, so you have it stop here. So depending on how you feather that out. So if you have hard exits right now, so you're going to have your stop here, and your last sell is here. This is your take profit. Hard take profit, hard stop. You're selling in increments all the way up. Unfortunately, I think I posted the last one is these last three are at the same price, which just defeats the whole purpose of getting this wonderful curve fit of, like, you got these orders and it just scoops out, and it's just the ultimate retracement trade. And this one I'm going to put in just in this one video. So the comment in this video is going to be this script. And then, so I'm looking at the screen and I'm launching this right now in real time on the demo. And I wanted to say the market goes up 120 pips. Do you want to sell more, or do you want to wait till it goes up 150? So this is where the discipline is. If you put 150 pips, if you start the next bank and do the same thing for another 50 pips, you start at 150, go all the way to 200, then you're talking, right? Then you're really in the mix there. Okay, I'm gonna compile this thing, and hopefully it's gonna. Now I'm gonna launch it. That's why it wasn't coming up on the screen. So you really do want to run it and double check everything you do here. I'm going to run it here again, 6 hours on the sell side. Bearish 5, it's supposed to be 5 single lots there. So now it's actually doing a canvassing. I really screwed it up before. So here's just 3 tickets there. You don't see the... So we're going to go hunting for sells here right now. So I'm going to sell this thing too. If we, in this last 6 hours. Now the other thing is I'm running at the same time a 1 hour on here. If you go to the bottom of this common area, there's a real conservative 1 hour buy grid. Now this is going to sit here for an hour. It's going to buy every make sure this one's right. It's buying every 5 pips. And it's got a soft stop. So it's actually saying, well, I'm going to risk 25 pips here to make 25 pips. And everyone has it. Now I could turn off these colors so that I would know that I don't have to make sure that the platform is running. So the doing this makes it so that you only see the first and the last, because you know you're buying a range, say. The tighter this range gets, the more you're, at least I'm inclined to want to adjust it to what it is. You know, you wouldn't want to go outside the... You have to have a system so you identify what you've got, what your exposure is to possible fill. Especially if it's lasts all day. Come home, your account's blown up, or you come home and you're a fucking genius. It's a one or the other. There isn't really any middle ground there. Not to say that you know, there isn't, like, it's okay just not to, just slightly make money or slightly lose money. Of course, I'm just being ridiculous. So this is the now that's the first ticket there for an hour, and this is going to be, so I'll see this on the screen, I just delete all the objects, and there's a delete all objects button here. If you go up into it's in here somewhere. Probably where D comes in the alphabet here. Delete all objects. Just above my damn thing. So I've had so much stuff here and so many different configurations. Every time I look at this, it's like getting in a different car. But this is the bracket. So when you see that first and last, and you can see the stop for the first one, and there should be. Yeah, see, there's no stops for the other ones that you don't have. So this is the top of that script's, the first stop. If you cut the ratios the same all the way down, which I think I did here maybe, you would just have to know, right? And I think I kept, so the ratios here are all linear. Like this is just if you were like, well, I want to catch a falling knife, but I want to do it like this, where it's a linear drop. It's just going to keep shearing through these until whatever reason turns around. And now the bottom one here, the ratio gets better. So here the ratio is about, no, it's pretty good here actually. Like 75 pips on the top of that. I think these are all yeah, these are all like triple your money. So the ratio here is 25. You're risking 25 pips to make 75 pips here. So it's kind of confusing. I don't know. You're gonna have to look inside and then get your brain around the fact that it's buying every 10 pips with the stop on this last guy. And I don't know what the ratios. You have to go get a scratch sheet and all that. I think if you really want to worry about that, but I guess I'm just thinking in terms of the next script is going to sell higher than that. And right now inside of here, these lettered ones, these letter ones are actually sell limits. They're sitting up here, singles left over from, I deleted a lot of stuff out of here because I didn't want to confuse people. This is a whole system that goes for like almost the whole alphabet except for 2 letters of cell grids above. Same thing here. I got the buy limits really deep. All these lettered C's are buy limits. That's a whole array. Those are all 1Ks in there. They should be. But there's everything you need to blow up an account in this fucking thing. 2 hours at this price level. And the thing is, how are you going to plan these trades out? Well, you don't have to. That's the good beauty of it. If the market goes down, you know you want to buy. If it goes up, you want to sell. Now, if it was completely symmetrical, if I made this buy order at the top, just like the sell order at the top, just like the buy order at the bottom, then you're talking a whole other thing. Then do I want to do an overlay of really long-lasting orders that is just barely there, like fog? So you just paint the screen with all these orders, step away, nothing you do is going to change reality. If the sellers come in up there, they come in. If they don't, they don't. You don't know. The only trick here is, the key is, if you see your orders stacking up, because you've dropped all of these automated orders, you want to take away. If you turn on the entry colors, and so right now all my orders are set to black. If you set the volumes is going to be your entry order price. So if you make that say dim gray, and I think I got too many orders somewhere. It's like too big a hot spot, and it's like if I'm going to try to buy linear, I'm kind of get crushed through here. And these gray orders, and I'll overfill. It's kind of hard to see in gray. Overfill that. We don't want to overfill anything. You're looking for that sweet spot, I guess the Goldilocks trade of getting into an area in a way that, sure, you're going to get stopped out on some of these things, but now the other ones that came in on top here are the letters. So right now there's enough in here to really, those are the letter ones, and here is the all the way to the round number sell. That's 12 hours though. Now if I keep hitting the key right now, unless the only good thing about getting up in the morning to trade is that you don't have to write another script. You run the same script. So the market plunges 50 pips, and you run the same order down here to do the same thing, and just say, okay, I'm going to buy this whole grid and walk away. Now this is 12 hours all the way down. Now in this currency, that may be a bad order because it's just too deep. It starts 50 pips and goes to for 10 tickets here, 25 pips all the way to 125 pips deep. So here I'm going to put in so this is for the day here, and I'm at 1180 on the account. So here I'll put these in. Virus protection. Hoping I get a virus. Jeez. This is the big Kahuna buy limit grid. And here we are trapping the bulls right now on this top. So this is the scalp trade. People are scalping off the top of that, I'm sure. Right? This is a painfully obvious high probability trade that you come up, make new highs, and fail, come back. We'll sell up into this too. I've already got sell limits up there, and every time I delete the objects, I'm losing the sell marks on there. Okay, this is just our patented way outside of price. Now the other thing is that we may not get filled on that, and maybe you want to have a 2-hour, 1-hour order that sells that little blip there, because these don't last long. This 4-hour hammer, you could have traded that whole fucking hammer just by placing buy limits below there. And this is what I call the Super Ball trade. Actually called the script Super Ball. It's designed for, you're here, you start buying here, and not only do you make money as it retraces back to here, but you make all that money. So it's like you drop it and it bounces higher than the energy that it went down at. And the whole trade plan is to buy this trap at the pullback and then just load up, scalp to here, and look at, there was even a chance to get back on the 4-hour train here. Many chances, but the order will be biased to the long side. All yours are buy limits. Now when sell up here, if you're going to trade on the clock, you're going to sell every hour it goes up, or every 4 hours. It's just how it is. Well, we might get stopped out. That's hysterical. Well, you might get stopped out of that trade. Really. I mean, they say you can't be 100% right, so obviously it is possible that you're going to get stopped out of a trade. So the demo thing is running. Let's load all this stuff up and take a nap. Now, I'm going to overdo this account a little bit for demonstration purposes. I don't have the 150 here. To sell from 100 and say 140, we start selling again for another pocket up here. Now I could be running sell stops possibly. Looks to me like a great place to put in tighter sell limits, which I might still have programmed in here. Let me see what these come out. Here you go. So these are still in here actually. But wait, you also get, so this is in the platform right now. If you hit these buttons, you see these are like half-hour news scalps up here. After you get past number 4, they become stops, I think. Well, all you have to do, open up, hit enter key, open up every script, look in there. Now, if you wanted to sell in stops right now, which does sound like a good idea, but I've got so many sell limits up here. And we're going up, right? This is the challenge, this price up here. 100 pip grid. You're going up here. Right? They're going to go. Possibility, right? And they just broke out this. But this is the trap. A classic trap. Seen it a million times. It's a classic. They don't call it a classic for nothing. And so buying pullbacks and just dumping is the scalp trade. This is daily. Look at this thing. How stupid is this? I mean, I think that I don't even, if you could scalp this, and you could just keep having this order sitting. Look at this beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes a top failure, but at an angle, right? You have to take the angle. The market's skewed, right? This is the price they want to stop out, right? So here is obviously at the round number, just below the wicks. You load the fucking wagon, you scalp to here, and maybe that's it. You made 100 pips in 2 days. Great. You can do it over and over again. Constantly happening in these fucking markets, especially on these pairs. Jesus. So here we're going to sell. But we see we're getting the same price. So we don't want to do that. So all my sells are in. Here I'm going to do it again. I'll put a sell. And I'll put a buy. And I do have these are actually the really aggressive buys are still in this platform. This is going to buy for the open. This will buy pullback super tight. So if you think you missed out, this should cure that problem. If you go to I'm just going to go to the 1 hour chart. So this is the buy limit sitting, this buy stops on actually. Like I say, you got to look inside. When you get to number 4, it is a buy limit. So this is probably the most conservative trading, is just to put in a little baby order down here. This is just a 1K sitting there with a stop for an hour. This is a half hour. So if you're constantly when you're trading, to keep from over trading, go to the demo. So get this demo running. You got your real money, right? And so if you can't wait to if you can't stand waiting for a trade to start or end, then you just go to the demo here and you just torture the demo. This is like a rent-a-car, you know. You need the rent-a-car. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I guess I got filled on something because I'm getting, so now I'm really looking for trouble. I'm right around the market now. So I'll put on a hedge here, I think. I don't know, let me just throw the kitchen sink in here, and then here's my sells, really aggressive. More sells, really aggressive. This is going up, obviously. Probably got to be a real insane tour up there. This is obviously going up, so I'll put in the aggressive sells. Same thing here. Sell like crazy right up into this. If it's going up, I want to sell. If it's going down, I want to buy. Also buy it. It could come back. So this is like a... And then I'll put in these big kahuna orders here that last 3 hours. The cool thing about this broker, another thing is they let me put so many orders in here, it's ridiculous. So I come back here in 3 hours, so whatever happens, 3 hours, the whole picture could change. We could get a big pullback spike. I think I just reached my limit. They just pulled me over on the order highway. Of course, the spread might be too wide. If you wrote too tight of a stop, and here another thing, you could have a huge problem with these scripts, because if you have the spread too tight and you wrote it in there and you send the broker that, it's going to maybe loop, I don't know if it still does that, loop the leftover orders. You may not see it on the screen because they start stacking up. There's single drops in here. All these drop orders don't have that problem because they're all sitting in there. I think I reached my limit. But it'll say you cannot crash it, so you won't even let me drop that. And won't let you drop anything now, but if you, let me see if I can kill this script now. All the drop orders are single orders, and it matters where you drop them. Where when you on this stuff down here, that's all hard coded, everything I've been editing lately, and this stuff is just all giant grids. any of these tickets can't fill because the spread gets too wide and you got too tight a stop built in there. It's going to be a fucking mess. It's going to lock up. The drops won't drop unless they can, and they'll never crash. Single drops are completely different kind of code based on different criteria, apparently. So I can't say I don't understand that really. This, when they look at the code and it looks like gobbledygook. I don't know about that code, but okay. So we're just waiting for stuff to happen. Now I can open up and see. Well, I guess I traded at the market there. Unfortunately, those, yeah. So these ones that say C1 and A1, those are market orders. I know that. So I can just let those play out. I don't even know, or if that's gonna matter. I can close them out here manually. I wait till I'm up and just get out if I don't like the trade. Another thing that's kind of strange, like say you're in a trade, and whether you're winning or losing, some people might say, "Hey, I made a mistake. Just want to get out." I don't even want to get. This is not the style. I want to get in on the outskirts of town and ride back into town. I don't want to be in town trying to navigate what's going to happen. I'd rather be on the outskirts of town, so when everybody runs out of the town, burning to death, I can be on the outskirts of town to save them or whatever. If I'm in the mob, if you're in the price battle zone there, then whether you're on the winning side or losing side, it's like you're in the casino. Do you get out? Or you just so people say it's like gambling. Yeah, you step in at the market and just start trading because you're like, oh yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully you just walk away from that thing. I'm about to get stopped out of this anyways. All these market orders are a pretty tight stop. So these were designed for scalping. I get the idea that you can buy a 1K at the market. If you bought a 1K at the market every week and you had a bunch of money in the account, like $1,000, you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm about $1,000 of currency. So there's a whole spectrum of somebody that's trading like super small, no leverage, to somebody that is like crackhead scalping. There's a whole world between. So this is just 5 minute. We could make money on this trade. At 5 minutes, these markets go nuts right now, especially this time of day, coming up at the top of the hour. And you can see some serious retracement pullback things going on. So that's the story. We have to see how it does. We're at 181. Here we go. The Eurodollar is going up. It's pulled back yesterday. We got this wonderful walk down wedge right into that dotted line. This was it looked like a beautiful wave 4 on the 15. Then it went nuts. Broke out, went up. People cashed out there. People bought on this 20 yard lines here. It's all 20 pips in here. Now I'm looking to sell up into that. Sell, sell, sell. As we come up in. Just went to the round number. And we're looking to sell anything for the next 60 pips. I don't have any sells up there. They're all hand placed right now. So here's my risk, 15 pips to make 30 pips. See, these are all the hand drop ones. These will never fail you. Plus, it's going to turn into a. See, if you put it down here, it's a buy limit. But if you put it up here, it's a buy stop. That's with the single drop orders. So you can build a whole scalp cluster down here, and you know exactly what your risk-reward ratio is always the same each time you drop that same order, which is opposed to these blanket orders up here. So this will slow you down too. That lasts a week, this order, to sell up here. Or you can place it right at the actual price. If instead of putting a trend line there, you just put that order there. Just like that. It's as simple as that, people. But that's the single drop. This is in the this is the other demo that's trading off FX Blue. So the if you go to under B and S, so these are all buys, and then the other ones are all sells. S directory, and this is all the time. This is risk 12 to make 25 pips in 8 hours. So maybe you can make it to this line, or you can just place them on these fib numbers, whatever these numbers are. It wouldn't matter. It's just the fact that you're putting these orders out there. So I'm getting killed here on these market orders now. So you have these market orders, and oh, it sell stops, everything going on here. Oh, I got one winner. So I got slightly up on some of this stuff just randomly. Buy stops, look at, see, I put on a hedge right there. Went with the program. So this account's doing pretty good. So I made it to $4,000 profit here in about, I don't know, about a month, 20 days. Now it's just about, and this is only trading the euro dollar though, just one pair. So I pressed a lot of buttons because I'm trading 1K strictly, and so that's a lot of work because but as you can see, I hit the key many times here. Different take profits though. So I think I only got 4 keys I can hit. Some of these are going to cash out right now, and some are going to cash out later. So we're going to sell up there. It's all hand placed right now. Don't have any, like here's a scalp, 8 hours, 10 pips. Put it up there. Probably not going to fill, but this thing's going to come roaring back. And it's just pissed off. Sellers came in on Sunday night, right there, took it down, and to get back on the, you know, but here everybody's moving averages turned up. Here comes the trend traders. You know, it's been an uptrend since back here. So everybody trading from the long side or the short side here. These are not bad counter trend trades, but here, this is trapped in a 40 pip range. There was the big dream limit entry. So we all know where the orders are supposed to go. Do we have the patience to let them get filled, or should we get in at the market now because we want to do something? Here's a buy stop. I'm just going to put buy stops in because I think we're going up. So I put in about a 8K there. Go back to this limit account. And this is the one that I got in at the market. So I'm underwater here. The other one I just got in stops only. So limits only, stops order. Then you can have a buy. This is supposed to be a limit order only system here. But I guess I'll just let that go, just to show you how bad trading at the market is. And it'd probably have a million reasons why that would be a good trade too. Here's another problem with buying and selling at the same time, is to track down the orders that are about to get filled. So I'm long right now, I'm up on the account. And I got sell stops and sell limits. And now I gotta worry about, geez, and I'm up on the long side. And I'm down on this one sell. What do? Do I? So it's really hard to keep track of all those orders if you wanted to keep track of them. When you're in buy only mode, all I have to do is go like this and see whether or not I have a stop or a limit pending to get filled. So if I wait another of course, here you're really on the 5-minute chart when you're trading this thing. Here's a 15-minute. I'll put a 1 hour in the rearview mirror. So we have not given up ground in 5 hours right now. Huge squeeze, so I'm going to dump out of my winning trades. Let the sells kick in. Because that's pretty, now I can put, say, sells above. So just to get out of something, now it could still go up. But this 15-minute run, there's a bunch of trades in there. Here's the bottom becomes a top on the 15. But you're having to nail that key. You're sitting there, boom, boom, boom. How long is that going to go on? Is this little channel here, are we going to crack back and come smashing back to the 20-yard lines? Are we going to just come back? Are we just going to go sideways here and then maybe it cuts back a little and then it goes higher? Like again, so maybe you're only trying to make 20 pips or 40 pips. You made your 40 pips. If you got in here last night, if you're watching this thing come down, you got the perfect breakout, pulls back, and then when it went rocketing up, actually it was yesterday, when it rocketing up here, you could have bought here actually. There was a signal here. No, there's a top become a bottom here. Top become a bottom. It's so vicious, right? But that was a 20 pip winner. You kind of had a good idea. But then the classic drift back again tonight. Just like this drift back that caused this price pulse, to the 20-yard line. People make their first 20. They hold for the next 20. 20 pip pullback, first 20. So this would be the retest exit. And then this thing just keeps on climbing. And I think it will keep climbing up. Slightly long now. I just got out of some of the winners there. At this point, you don't want to do stuff if you've got a bunch of exposure on the orders that you're waiting for the market to come to you, then that's plenty of drama. So here, see, it's still going up. Now I could say, well, you know what, I got so much exposure on the sell side here that let's stay slightly long and let's go with the flow, or I'll even add. So I'll be like, okay, well, what if I was selling and I had, these are the protection stops. So people that are short have buy stops in case they're wrong. Well, why not let the fuel of those buy stops, when they trigger that, this is a trend continuation trade. Now, we're not waiting for a pullback. We're just going to go with it. A 15-minute chart, and on the 1-hour chart, it looks like, oh, you're waiting for another break out of this. Or on the 4-hour chart, it looks like, well, you're just, wow, it's screaming up. And you can see where the market's destined to go here. I don't think it's like rocket science. It's far from that. It's not going to come. It's not going. The downtrend's over. So did it trap these people down here? Oh yeah, it trapped everybody below the water table. If people were selling that breakout, they're already underwater. Now it's going to come crushing back and it goes zipping through these prices, right? I think that's all. Everybody's like, yeah, I think so. Everybody's on board with that one. And then we're looking for the backlash. So the scalpers are looking for it to pop up there and rip back, and then the trend continuation people that are like, oh, I'm just going to hold that till it goes back to $1.20. And that's over there thinking about that, and let's hold that till it goes back to $1.20. It certainly broke the trend line way down here. I mean, this one, I guess the kind of the softer trend line was this double top here. So he broke that. Bash. Big vacuum filled. Now, can you keep pushing on today? If we can go after another, like another 30 pips, maybe up. So I got buy stops above here. If we keep going up, now I could put sell stops below. So slightly up on this trade, up 86 cents. But there's going to be some fireworks. I'm sure there's news coming out at 8:30, and if not, a lot of these algorithms are looking at bottom and top of the hour for price execution. I mean, if you don't think anybody bought a built a robot that sells overbought and oversold, then you're nuts. Because even if there's not a robot doing that, there's people that buy overbought and oversold all the time. That's why you see the markets swing around. Is there enough people to fuel that move? Is the bigger stops going to be triggers? When you start to go through a monthly low, there's people that trade breakouts of a monthly chart and make a pile of money just waiting for that when they just take it to the edge. And it's like, I mean, you could short the pound at the last bit of that whole move. You didn't have to ride the whole fucking thing. You could just got on that when they started creek right near the edge of the abyss, a 5-year low. Yeah, everybody knows it's going to tank after that. Thing is, could it be a trap? Could it tank? Could it just nick below it by 5 or 500 pips and then go ripping back all in one day? Oh yeah. And then how big do you trade on any one trade? Forget the fact that you know what's going to happen. How big are you going to trade on that trade? You would say, I wish I would have traded bigger on that breakout. Look at that. Broke down 1,200 pips in 4 hours or 4 weeks. So to get around that, if you have multiple accounts, you got a woman in every city. How many cities are there? But most people aren't willing to cure it that way. They have another cure for it. I didn't find a cure that way. My cure was like, I'm going to scalp and I'll get scalp on a demo. I don't care. Certainly we all know what's going to happen. When the news comes out, we know there's going to be volatility. Sometimes there's not. I talk to people, I'm watching the charts, we're watching the news, and nothing happens. There's more drama before the news because the people are balancing their books going into the news. People that don't want to trade volatility are unwinding positions. So you can see a casual unwinding of a position or just the market releasing pressure gently as opposed to being in a bind and exploding out and running. So break out of jail, thing runs. The other thing is, well, is it like, like soft porn, not as violent, not as much sweat and blood and tears. The market's very kind of fickle, I suppose. One day it's one way, it's multi-personality. It's like schizophrenic. It's like, oh yeah, it's all calm, and all of a sudden, bam. And a lot of people want to spin it with some fundamental reason why it happened, or they want to know why that happened after it happened. Whereas if you could kind of see that it was overstretched in one way, or it's either sitting sideways too long, or it is an extreme price too long. It just keeps going. So, but if you're just trying to make money off of 40 pips, does it matter whether the 40 pips came from some laborious trend trade or a flash crash? Well, it would for some people, because they feel like a trend trade is like, oh, that's very diligent of you. Look at you got in this trade, what patience you have. Whereas the guy that made the same amount of pips, because he wrote an insane police chase spike strip. If you wrote a spike strip to capture the spike, right? So you have all these limits down there. Market spikes down, rips back, boom, you're out. Made the same amount of pips that the diligent trend trader did. I understand the trend trading view. It's kind of apparently it seems to be a bluegrass view of life. If you watch the famous trend trader that plays bluegrass and sings about how you endure the trend, I can't remember, maybe Ed Sequoia, or some Ed Sequoia, some guy that it's like a trend hero. And then there's the flash crash trader, the market maker, just bought it and dumped it. See you buy high frequency trader, right? The evil high frequency trader. I guess the evil high frequency trader meets do-gooder Ed Sequoia that plays bluegrass, and well, we just got some moonshine out, and that trend didn't bother us at all. Equity swings don't bother us. We're fucked up. We're drinking moonshine. Then there's some New York crackhead that's scalping with foot switches, right? So everything in between. Okay, waiting for the euro to go up, and Smack up, smack back, put sell limits up there, and let's see what happens. Waiting for the bottom of the hour, which should be pretty ruckus. Okay, so I'm back in this. I finally got a fill on a sell limit here on this limit account. And even these market orders are kind of doing a little bit better now. There's the buy trend. That could be a limit. I'm not sure. A lot of different variations of this stuff. But this is a good time to test it. You can't trade it like this on multiple pairs on Strategy Tester for sure. So you got to take advantage of all the open market to test stuff out. Here comes the euro screaming up. So my buy stops are filling. About $48 a margin now. Plenty of sells above me to get hit on here. Put oh, those are sell stops. So those are sell stops and sell limits. I'd have to hand place them up here. Single drops. These are all in that system. These will turn into buy sell stops. If I put them below here, it'd be a sell stop. These go either way. These wouldn't matter. Okay, so just in about 48 there. $48. Long, looking to sell if it goes up. That's the ticket. Sell high, buy low. Just make sure that you can see your cells. If you have too many densely packed in there, you're going to have to delete some. Alright, looking for that smack. Smack up. Here we go. Probably make it to 110. 20. Looks like 110.40 would be the place to start selling that. Well, for 3 hours I could put a big pack in here just to scalp. Only trying to make say 30 pips here. So this could be realistic also. If it's really going up, this isn't going to just turn around because you have a sell limit there. So they're backing off right now. My sells are making money right now. So it's hard to keep track of all these different orders. So those sells are going to get crushed out here if we go up. It's way more to manage this way. It's easier to trade one direction even if you don't have a bias, because what you're doing in actuality is you're managing orders. So and size and tightness of stop, because whether the market's going up or down, there's definitely, since it goes up and down even when it's going up, if you're only selling this, you'd be selling on limits and you'd be selling on stops over time or at the market. So you'd be right now you'd be putting sell limits way above, 30 pips above right now. You're long into it though. Now if I think it's going up, I'm going to get rid of these right now. I'm so convinced it's going up. I just had to take my sells off there. I'm long on 48. It doesn't cost me any more margin to put on a hedge. Some brokers go for no margin when it goes into full hedge mode. So now I'm going to put in sell limits way up there. Try to capture a spike. So for the whole day, I have sell limits up there. Like euro dollar, 20 pip stops, pretty wide actually. 10 to 20 pip stops. Okay, here we are, cutting north, going through fresh prices now, taking out the high of the day for sure. And if you're trying to sell into this, I mean, I saw these guys saying it's in a downtrend. They're going to sell at 110.17 and 10 pips. We could go slamming up about 25 pips right now. By the top of the hour, you'd be up 25 pips. And I don't think it's going down anymore. It's the end of the month. Yesterday's the end of the month. Looking at the monthly chart, forget about it. That's fair value right here. So we're either going up or down from here, but at the moment it looks like if we don't go down, we're going all the way back to this price someday. Certainly going to go test this 114. So looking to go up 400 pips probably, right? From here. Looking to scalp along the way. So we're long into it. Long into this ride. So monthly. $0. It's the end of the month. So we closed out that month like an inverted, like a big bearish closeout. First target here is what was it, 110.90, almost 11 on this bottom. This would be the obvious first place, right? 111. So 100 pips up. Here's the weekly. It's flying back to... So the scalp on the weekly was to buy down there and get out here at this last known floor on close. And then here is the double bottom. And here is the other possible target this week is up in here. So this looks like scalp friendly territory if everything happens very quickly. This is still going up on this. We could jump out of this channel too. So if you're expecting the sellers to come in at the top of this channel, you might get killed. So if they could break out of that thing and run, because it's just going to be about sheer short squeeze, and you're going to start taking out the prices from the top of that wick. You sell into that wick, but they're going to blow you out. So beyond the wick is where the sell limits sit for the kickback. There you go, hard up, and then if you think it's going up too fast and your limits are too tight, you want to delete your limits as you go flying into this zone. Because when you get up here about another 110.25, yikes. This will be a frantic run. Huge freak out squeeze. I'll put all my orders pretty far up there. Put them up about 50 to 60 pips up there. And so here I got out of something. So see, the cells are getting killed now. If you look at the cells, so I'm filling on cells. I'm up 13 on buys. They want to hunt down that wick pretty bad. So I could sit with my finger on the trigger here, and if I'm up, if I'm just right amount of margin I want to be in, I could get out all the winners. Problem is I still got all those sell limits up there waiting to get filled. So I'll let this go through its phase. I'm thinking a spike up here of another 10 pips. So this is This is that X leg these Gartley people are looking at over there. So you can see their setup. They're like claiming, oh, this is where we built our thing off of this wick up here. So people got stops sitting above that wick. And not everybody's looking at a Gartley. Well, that's what the big boys trade, those advanced. That's why they call them advanced patterns, because you know it's very advanced. It's like Mormon, you need advanced underwear too. So this is going to be a scalp. These are going to get out pretty soon here. So you definitely get scalp out here. So if you're really up on the account, this is definitely resistance you're coming into here. You could get out right now. So you wait till the top of the hour, and we should be at like 110.25 or something, or hunting down this wick. So wait for that to blow out, and my cells are getting killed. Down 20, 30, 35 cents here. But at least I'm down different amounts, and I know those are 8-hour orders. Okay, now a lot of cells getting blown out, but I think I made a little bit of money. And now I'm less exposure. I'm out of half of my margin right now. Okay, waiting to get filled on sell limits. Really close to getting stopped out, but still making money. They're totally hunting down that wick there. Stretch out the scale here, you can see it coming. They're going to stop out that wick down upstairs. So that's the trap zone. So we place our sell limits right beyond the wick there. So you place the order right on there. And then this one too. This is another place to trade it coming back. Here's another place to put an order. So the winning trades have no take profits yet. Those are the really wide take profit orders right now. Okay, tempting to get out here because it is like screaming to that line. But this is the time of day you see this stuff, big crush up, smack back. Big panic before the opening, before news comes. These are almost more high probability moves. I mean, news is you definitely can see the spread increase, and it's going to be brutal. Okay, so the price now is at 120. So you're down 3 pips if you sold at 17 on your Gartley, on your fib. That's just how that stuff is. Planning those trades that far in advance at those prices, just fantasy land trading. And then they'll say, oh, the X leg was taken out. So you're going after the X leg right now. So if you sold at 17, you got your stops on this wick, which is the logical place to put them. Then you're cringing, right? You're just, 20 pips from getting stopped out. I'm about to get stopped out on the stuff I put up in there. Man, these people just don't stop. I'm telling you, man, the world's coming unwrapped. At least where I live. I got sirens every day. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. But I guess we're thinning the herd, right? We got to get rid of these losers. Okay, we got to stop out all these bears here. That was very bearish. We were in a downtrend. Yeah, that trend trade, man, that's rugged. That gets on your brain. Once you get that feeling like, oh, it's going to keep going forever. Okay, I'm only $15 a margin now. Now I'm going to start getting clobbered on these sells. We'll let them get stopped out. I'm still riding some winners here, and these are pre-programmed to get out. Now I just gotta wait till the top of the hour. Okay, the spreads are fairly tight and we're still going up. Coming after that 20-yard line. It's kind of iffy now. Gotta really get a panic going here just before the top of the hour. And maybe there's news coming out. But boy, oh boy, something's got to give. Euro dollar, dirt cheap compared to where it's been. 10 cents above the American dollar. 10 cents. 1,000 pips. So, Canadian dollar is up in the ionosphere right now. Could be a trap for the bulls on that. Okay, waiting for that top of the hour spike up, rip out this wick. Here we go. Getting killed on my sells. About to get stopped out. Still making a little bit of money. Very small position now. But there's so much exposure on this sell theory up above here. The sell strategy. Another sell limit waiting to get filled here. Now I could get rid of that, but to hunt that down is kind of a pain in the ass. So, you got to scroll down to the middle of where that's starting to flash. Pluck that off. This is why you need a back office girl with nice legs. Because you have to have somebody come in behind you and get rid of your stupid order. So my first sell limit starts here beyond the wicks. You just have to wait this out. Or I could just take I'll take all my winners right now. So it looks like we're gonna pull back. So I'll get out here. I'll leave the losers behind and wait for the top of the hour. So I'm only $8 a margin now. Just like clockwork. Here we go. Top of the hour. We're just a few pips from smashing into this wick. So I put buy stops in because I sensed we were going to go up. So really I put a doji script in there. So I put buy stops. I got back on the long train into the top of this thing. We rip up above this, come flying back. That's the plan. And this looks like it's been pretty violent here. I must say, this is going to be vicious. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised how pissed off this currency is. If we go through this wick here and don't stop, yikes. So I did put some sell stops in there that didn't get filled right here. So I can put sell stop in right now. Get out of all my winners. So now I'm flat. Got stopped out of the put sell stops in there. Now I could put in the buy limits to get in on a pullback here. 5 pips deep. 10 pips deep. Here 8 hours for the monster pullback. Now it's really hard to keep track. Come up here. I'm ready to put in buy stops. Cash out of these sells. I gotta go to the 5-minute chart now. Okay. I'm going to take any sell winners. Now I'm going to put buy stops in. Let the sells make money. Still got 5 minutes to go here. Okay, so we're about not really killing it here. Okay, buy stops. Looks like it's going to go smashing up. So we'll get back on the long train Still looking for it to pop above the go into this major psycho sell bank up here. Okay, so I'm going to go up and I'm going to sell into that. Pretty much everything I just put in here by hand. Risk 15 to make 30. I guess you could put sell limits up here all week long. At the top of that. Those all look like good trades. Okay, we're coming after that wick. Here's the price to beat. All day long, looking to take out that high. That'd be basically you're looking at taking out the high from 2 weeks ago. That is the high from 2 weeks ago. Big deal. Once it takes that out, yikes. Oh, see, my sells are making money. So I'm up on my sells. And now I'm going to put in the buy stops. Vicious pullback there on that. So when it comes back, I've also got the buy limit sitting just below now. Here's the 5-minute buys for an hour. Here's a 2 hour, 10 pips deep. That's pretty risky. And here's 8 hours every 5 pips. Now I'm going to put a buy stop in. Up on my sells. You also do who's making the most money. You're up on the sells right now. Waiting to get filled on buy limits. Here's the buy limit. Let me change this to black. The background color is giving you the halo around that order. Blue here, and then the cells would be red. But this has got a blue background. It's getting the blue from the ask. So it's stealing the colors from the other things in there. So there's, okay, now buy stops. If you're looking at the 1 minute chart right now, so just before the top of the hour, here's the top bottom. So load up on buy stops. We're still expecting to blow out the top of this in a violent smash. If you're looking at the 4 hour chart, I'm trying to get that, can't see it with all the orders in there, but right here is your selling starts pretty hard right there. Yeah, that's it. What's it? Basically right around the round number there. So this is pretty big smash up here. If you had your stop up there, you're already out, or you're already getting your ass kicked. Right there, 110.32. So that would have been the place to scalp it off of. So the buy stops are long, and I'm in $57 a margin. Like it or not. So my biggest winning trade is right now is the sells are making money. Still waiting to get filled on this cluster of tickets. Okay, you got 15 seconds here. I don't know if there's news coming out top of the hour, but definitely putting on a big rally. And stop here. Top became a bottom on the 1 minute. I guess you have to pull the trigger right there. And this is that monster break. I guess there's news coming out. News must have just come out. So we could get that pop. Or we're going to slam back. So my losers are the sells. If I think it's going up here, I guess I could get out of the sells if I see them show up on the. So here I'm up 2 cents on the sell. They're making money on sells right now. Take the seller off there. So I can sit with my finger on the trigger and pluck these off. If I think it's going up. So I'm short into it. And I think it is going up. I'll just keep taking off the winning sells, which happens to be, if you go by type and profits, the same story. If this does a, okay, so it looks like we're going to go up. So I didn't have a chance to get to those that 2K there. So all right, I could sit here and wait for it to become a winner and get out. But this looks like this is going to be a nasty rally. They're gonna hunt down these bears so hard right now. It's going to be ridiculous. Got to get to this price here, and then we expect a big panic. Not a panic, but just a huge order filling. So my buy stops are getting filled. And $72. So that cluster there that I put right there on that 1 minute just got filled long. And the news probably is coming out. There's the news by 8:30. So go take a look, see. It's Canadian news at 8:30, but it will affect everything here. So look, I'm making money on these sells. There you go. Yeah, this should be a pretty big deal. This is the gross domestic product for Canada. So the neighbors of the United States, and construction's coming out in the States, or the manufacturing at 10 a.m. Pretty light news day, but like I said, the easy trades are to be before the news. The setup into the news looks like an obvious scenario. So maybe this isn't going to make it through the top of the day, but even if you're selling at that, so if you're really close to your stop out, if you're short right now and you have a stop sitting up on this, wow. It's pretty scary, but yeah, this would be the scalp. I would get out, if I was short, I would get out here, first exit. Certainly take my first pips and run. So if we come back down to 110, 10, 110 even, get out. So let these short ones make money. And go to the go to 1 minute chart. So I could put a buy stop in, or I could get out of the winning sells. So we get a big sell-off right now just before the news. So this price here was the 110.32 is the high of the day right now. Okay, let me get out of the winning sells. And I'll just let the other ones go. I'll put a buy stop here for a scalp. And this will be a long-term trade. And this is like, so I just put 8K in there. So we got to walk down on this 1 minute chart. And the bond market just opened. So here's a trend line of break on the 1 minute. And the bears have to continue with that. Otherwise, we are going to hunt down this this wick here. So bailing up here, and this is where everything, this top became a bottom. This is where everything got a little fragile, this 1 minute chart. Realizing that is a top bottom, a 1 minute failure, triangle breakout, breakdown. Of course, the bears are still freaking out about that price. And so you could have scalped off of that, counter trend traded that. If we follow through and go zipping through all these orders and blow out the top, then it's going to be all these sell limits I got pending up here will engage when I get to the top. The setup here last week before the market close was to buy in limits down here, but since we didn't get this price down here at that doji, if you started your order bank on these wicks, then you would have filled everything from this top wick all the way to here, and whatever you filled here, you would have got in. So yeah, that's the reason why you want to canvas an area with a bunch of orders, because if you're waiting to get filled down here, which may be the better price for sure, if you start buying on the first wick into that, which is right here, so you picking up this ticket, this one, this one, this one, all the way here, this is 20 pip grid, so no fill here, but right there is where we open up and crush down the second day. So this is Sunday night, this is Monday morning, you know. So back to the 1 minute chart here. We got to clear this bottom. Scalpers are going to sell there. Anybody that bought that, they're like out. Short-term traders just rolled that for 5 minutes. Now I got to just keep clearing house to the north side and go after that high of last week, because the euro's going up. I put a bunch of sell limits on the dollar Canadian because news is coming out in 4 minutes. So this is a demo account. I just threw a bunch of orders. Unfortunately, I duplicated a lot of prices here. But this is the giant hole I was talking about. That this goes back quite a ways. This big fill. So we filled up in there. So you broke out here. So the breakout, the pullback, to go long into this for this one run, you see the closing price here. So you broke out, you pulled back. If you got in here, yeah, you wrote it for this, right? This could be the trap, though, and they're also trapping on these wicks here. So I put a bunch of sell limits up here. I want to see what happens when the news comes out. I don't know if I have any hand-placed. Let's put some hand-placed orders in here. I don't think I have any, actually. None of these, I deleted all these out, so none of these are actually running now. These are the only ones I have is this order to sell, and that one. So I just have to wait for that to happen. If the market moves, I can launch the same orders. I got 3 minutes to news. Canadian Dow looks like this is the daily. It's 4 hour. Looks like some smashing back at any moment. And here's my buy grid for 12 hours. This is going to buy 12 hours on these 3 grids. So that's kind of just random, you know. Some of this is duplicate, I think. Looks like too many orders here at the same price. So if I wait for the market to go smashing down and get out here with a super deep one, starts to buy at 50 pips to 80 pips deep. Okay, news is going to come out in 2 minutes. Okay, news in 40 seconds. And there, it looks like they're going to take out the low of the week on dollar CAD here. I'm anticipating a smash down. I'm going to buy, and maybe it's just going to blow through the floor here, or it's going to go through the roof. It should be pretty vicious. And I'm sure the euro's going to, if this goes down, the euro's going up, most likely. Dollar down here, the spreads are wide. News is coming out in 10 seconds. Let's get a look at a wide view. Here's 4 hour chart, and I got my finger on the trigger to buy 50 pips deep if it blows out my first order. Okay, now I'm going to put in my orders 50 pips deep. We just took out the low of the week, and the euro's poised to go up, and now I'm just going to get in heavy. This is the deepest orders I got here. Now it can still go up, so I put the sells in. I don't care. Equal opportunity account blower upper. All right. So look at how they went down and took out the low of the week here. That's the scalp trade. And this is 10 pip handles, so you're up about 10 pips right now on that if you bought that new low. And maybe they're going to crush it down now. They take it back down to the bottom. Big news for Canada. You have to wait for the news to hit the Forex factory, though. I don't have the Reuters feed, which I don't even understand why people pay $300 a month. It must be just the feeling of knowing. Because it's not going to... How would you even... Like, if you try to trade that when the spreads are really wide, you got a bad fill on that. And if your stop is too tight, if your stop was the spread, they may not even take that order. Or they take it and kick you out. So the news definitely can smash you out of a good trade. So yeah, the gross domestic product of Canada, well, they're making beer, I think. It's supposed to be forecast to be 0.2. It was 0.5 last time. So they're really low-balling this estimate. Okay, so no number there, but whatever, it's in an uptrend. And go back to my limit account. I can't tell. I think I'm down $2 here. Still waiting for that to cook. Still in the market orders, amazingly. Dollar CAD is going up. And it's 2%, just like they thought it would be. Oh well. So what? What do you make of that? I don't know. Make any sense to me. The fundamentals are... You just have to know that the spreads are going to get wide. So the news has been out for almost 5 minutes. I broke out this... I got long here. We rejected here. The scalpers came in. They tried to pull it down. They couldn't do it. So we're long on a bunch of tickets now. And $170 a margin now. And the other account, which is the limit thing, is getting killed. But here's the buy at the markets are making money, so there you go. You just never know. That's the beauty of it. So not knowing is your friend. I just put those orders in L random. Euro is killing the yen now. So we know the euro's strong. And we can also put the sells up there now that we've gone up. I can't did I overload the account, but they're sitting up there. I'd have to take something off, and those scripts will loop, unfortunately, even if there are available orders. They'll just sit there and loop on you. It gets kind of loopy. Okay, we're breaking out, looking to take out. We broke out the trend line, found support. This wedge could break that wedge and take out the 4 hour. Still hunting down the target of the day. I mean, the target of the week here. This big wick, what's going to happen up there? That's the big mystery. So I'd put a line there, and then there's the indicator putting a line there. I should probably change the color of my line so I can tell which one's coming from the indicator and which one's coming from me. It's all about me. Okay, we'll just put one in there. So it's a different color, right? So there's one there. Right here is very precisely where the bids would be triggered. Another thing is this guy sent me this thing for this Apari trading, and these guys are on stage and each of them are holding a card, and one says sell, ask, and the other guy says buy bid. But you're not buying the bid, you're buying the ask. You cannot buy the bid. You cannot sell the ask. Your fill is on the sell side, is the red here that you see. It's so funny. Yeah, I got it. I did a screenshot of this. what's wrong with this picture? This is a screenshot from the Apari Summit. The Traders Summit, the Living Markets Currency Trading. Apari funds, money funds. You know, these people are doing the 50-period moving average. They built a robot on the 50-period simple moving average. Oh, okay. But why the sell the ask? This isn't even possible. Unless these guys are floor traders, right? They're selling the ask to somebody else. But on your platform, you're getting filled. If this is the fill price, this is wrong, right? Anyways, that was pretty funny. Because I thought, none of these guys are like, well, but when I pull the trigger, how much am I down? Well, you're down the difference between the bid and the ask. So this guy's going to buy the bid lower. He's going to sell the ask higher. He can't buy the bid. He has to buy the ask. He has to sell the bid. His price should not. His stop is at the ask. I don't know. This is very confusing. So everybody has different. Bad enough. Trading's bad enough, and then you got this confusion. So I don't know what to make of that. Let's not get people telling them that reverse is forward in their car. Okay, so it's a do or die moment. We have to continue crawling up the wall worry here and trying to hunt down that order up there. The sell limits kick in. Back to the saga of the Canadian dollar. So is it had it? This is the 4-hour chart. So the scalpers had their fun. If you go to the half-hour chart, the news has only been out for 10 minutes. So if you look at the 5-minute chart, you see this pin bar doji. Obviously, a lot of volatility. Your ATR bot would have alerted you that there's over 20 pips of you couldn't trade this. You can only trade this from a limit standpoint. Now maybe you get stops, buy stops. So if your buy stop is on the top of that, and all you do is mechanically trade this thing, you have a sell stop below this, you're like, oh, whatever happens. Market's quieted down. News is out. Is this a real breakout? I think it is. I think it's going to collapse, but I could be wrong. So put a hedge on right here, and so I'm set up to buy mega death amounts down here at the bottom. So this is the 50 pips deep, the 30, the 25. So try to just keep this limited. So if you have somebody that you could pay to run, like, okay, you can either build an EA or you have somebody just go, hey, let's give you $5 a day to place these orders. At the end of the week, I'm gonna get 25 bucks. And they're in a demo, and you're like, okay, they're gonna do it. Whereas I can't get it. I can't get the or you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna make these last all week because you want to keep doing these same stupid trades, right? If the market's dropping at a rate of 50 pips per day, and these are front running by all week long at 50 pips, you're like, oh yeah, you know. So it looks like Canadians go through the floor here, right? You're short right now on a breakout on the 5-minute. So if you are short and you want to maximize your money, you're like, oh, I'm short, but I think it could bounce. I'll sell a little bit here. I have a doji script in here, I think. So here's my doji script. I don't know where the market's going. Guy had 4 dojis launch right now. Yeah, selling. I'm selling by default. I just got in on that 5-minute bar fractal. Low ATR on the 5, under 10 pips. This thing is smashed like you can't believe this damn. This is the most ruckus currency ever invented, dollar CAD. Okay, Euro's holding. Kind of iffy. Sell stops getting ready to trigger. No sells in right now. So if I don't want to get picked up on the sell side accidentally, Let's get rid of these. These last 4 hours too now. Start getting really, now I can still get filled here on more. So if I don't want to get it any more now, I say, well, just take off those highest price. But here's my sell limit scheme, because I do want to sell when I get up there. So now it can be stops. Now you got to drill down. Now these are the worst buy stops. So let's get rid of those. We don't want to overfill on bad tickets. So when the market quiets down, you got to jump in here. This is another thing. No EA. Where's the EA that's going to trim off every hour stuff that's 10 pips away? So instead of writing the code, besides, maybe you want to put more buy stops in here. The robot's going to go, you know what? I tighten these up. We got more margin available. Let's put buy stops in. Now you just do it. I don't know. It's only a 3-hour window here to make or lose 60 pips in 3 hours in the morning. Roll up from the U.S. and so you come in here, 5 o'clock in the morning. You see the stuff getting a lot frisky. There's a pause. There's great places to launch these doji scripts. I've also got them inside this demo, the first one I published. So somebody was asking me, well, are you in? Yeah, so I could launch all these dojis. I could do these 2 dojis right now. Now, if I'm right about the fact that we've been going sideways, and I don't care where it's going, I won't get filled on the sell side of that. And it should say doji on here. So if I go by pending orders by comment, I should be able to find the doji scripts in here, or the ones that have filled. So I just got filled here. And so what's the performance? So this is why you need another monitor running vertical. So it's going to look like this. You don't care what's going on. It's just about, if you had dual screens, right, you're looking at the other screen, you're just looking at this, and you're saying, okay, well, who's performing the best? Here's the dojis are just getting filled to go long. So if I see sell dojis show up, and I guess you could put the word sell in there, which I didn't. Inside the script, you can comment whatever you want. So this is non-directional. And this is also proof in the pudding. You run the script, you're like, you know, that works. I can't believe it works, but it works. Like, the market's sideways, I don't know where it's going. Oh, you don't have to. You're making long here. Now, in 2 hours, this sell orders are going to disappear, and you'll still be left with whatever you got into on the breakout. So I think it's a hard breakout. I have different exits, and I have I duplicated the stops here and here. There's really only 4K sitting in there. I think it's 1K on each entry leg, so it looks like this. Now this is the first free demo that I posted, connected to FX Blue, and this is, if you look inside here, it's a stop entry scheme. For some reason, this is like bringing up the so hard stop at 6 pips below. It gets in 10 above or 10 below. That's all the trip point is. And then it's going to try to make a 20 pips. So there's only one of these per. So you're really down to just a 2K on this. Does last for 2 hours, but you could say here buy stop, or sell stop, or BS and SS. I was afraid to put the SS in there. Get flagged. So if you got in down here, you can't touch it. Here's the sell stop waiting to get filled. So that sits there for 2 hours. Now I'd put in some buy limits if I thought this was going up. Now I'm going to run I'm on doji now. So this is the one I was just looking at was let's see. I know it says 40, but it's not right. It's looking to make 20 pips. I'll just throw them all in there. Put the kitchen sink in that. Well, here's the big monster. Buys all the way 50 pips deep. So we'll look at the Canadian trade. So they're tanking. So we're short on Doji here. We're up on this trade. So you go to turn on the comments, which is not turned on normally, and then commission the wrong one. So you see the sell dojis are making money. This is trading at 10K though, so that might be more. Some people like to trade big. Now I could cash out. Maybe that, I think that's a trap. So I get out of all my winning sell dojis right now, and I just conveniently got in that, or I just let it go. If this is a real meltdown, go through the floor on the 4-hour. This is the low of last week down here where my buy limits are. So if we keep wrenching down, we would take profits on the way to the buy limits. That's the ultimate trade plan, is that you're short into this. It's breaking down and you're like, yeah, I know, but that's not going to last forever. Okay, so it looks like the euro could pop up here. I expect dollar CAD to go through the floor on some level. They just stopped. They just got filled. Whoever have trying to get short on that, they're short now. But see, they got trapped. They had to sell the bid, so they're not even. That yellow line has to get below this for them to be in profits. So this is your enemy, is a spread. Which is pretty tight here. It's under a pip all day long on CAD. I give a violent smash down right now. This is the tipping point. The creaking point. Right to the floor now. Euro's itching to take out that high from last week right now. Or you can take the money and run. This could be the trap though. This is always the breakout. See how the scalpers, somebody's scalping out of that right now, I'm sure. So you're up $32 there. That's because you're in so big. And you could just say, oh, I'm just take that. Or you don't care, you know. Now you're up 21. You know, wait till the top of the hour's side. 5-minute chart, you know. The more the euro bids up here, we're at 110.18 now on the euro. The more it bids up, the more this is really fragile for a smash. A daily, you know, I'm looking at the 4-hour for the next. Place to the next target is right here, the 4-hour. So I would switch to the 5-minute. There's my target from the 4-hour, and these are all my sell winners. So if we didn't get filled on the buy stops of this doji, if you name the script something different, see if there's any dojis pending for buy stops right now. So it gets very complicated. Trading can get really complicated just on one currency pair, just from trying to keep track of what's still out there. Okay, this will be the moment of truth. Top of the hour is coming. We just go whipping down into this, and we go smashing back up, and everything's wonderful. We go below that, get filled on limits. The bulls are trying to snatch this from the abyss and trap the bears there at that breakout point. So we have to wait for the top of the hour. Now that could be it. That could be a complete like wow, but geez, we just have to wait for the top of the hour, because if this is a real breakout, then yikes, it's going to be a meltdown for this dollar CAD today when the stock market opens and everybody else kicks in. The euro's going up. We're at 110.20 on the euro. This is at about 30 pips below the round number. So pretty expensive for that. Dollar's really crushing them. Okay, here's the trap. They're pulling it back up. Scalpers will get out here at the floor. The market just rallied up there, so I threw another doji breakout script in. And apparently I got filled on the long side here. So I do have some longs I'm in. So here I'm going to go for pure doji. That might actually be at the market. Right, those might be market orders, but I'm just going to load up here because I don't... Every account's set up different. The idea is that if you don't care... No, I'm going to go through the floor here. So we're at 110.20 on euro right now, coming in the top of the hour. Big crush down. Bears are going to smash this. So the bulls were unable to snatch it from the jaws of the abyss. Everything's going to get all freaky here right at the top of the hour. So you can see a flash crash here on the CAD. So I don't know, I wasn't keeping track of this balance. So we're making money on all the sells right now. The sells are the biggest winners. The buys are getting kicked. So I don't know what the overall balance is on this. And it's just a demo. I'm not really going to... This is being published at the... No, I don't think I published this one. I don't know. Anyway, the psychology of that breakout. See, now it's another trap. This is going to continue. I think it will. It looks pretty scary. If you're buying that right now and you're looking to the left and you don't see any support for about 30 pips, yikes. Okay, now we're above, we're at 110.22 on the euro. Looking to take out that, what is the ultimate price here? Yeah, 110.38. On that euro. We're 10 pips away. Okay, we're crushing down in. We're going to buy into this. Now I'm going to go back to these really long-legged super deep orders and get in here. So I think I'm up $100. Okay, I'm $175 a margin. Now I could get out of winners. So I still have to get stopped out of the losers though. This looks like it's going to be pretty brutal if by the time the stock market opens, this thing's going through the floor. That's a possible scenario. You get a half hour of more smash down coming. As they're just cleaning out all these stop bots or bullish protection is kicking in. And so we look at the 5-minute scalpers world. And maybe drop another 10 pips. Okay, slight pullback on the euro now, and euro's kind of queuing up for a pop through the high, make a new high for the day. Let's bring this dollar CAD down through the floor. Okay, 123, well, 123, 110.23 euro right now. This is going through the floor. Hopefully you cashed out of something. Up another $20. All right, it's tempting to get out here, but these meltdowns. Okay, I think that if you're scalping it, you're just getting out now. So imagine you got into this trade and you only had $300 in the account. You could be in this trade, and you're up $90. You probably just want to get out. So if I bail right now, let's see that. Let's see. You would just taken that $80 and ran. So yeah, it's totally possible to be sitting there trading right to the edge of the limit of the account, making quite an amazing percentage of that account. I'm going to wait till the Dow Jones opens, so let's just keep going. This looks like one of those days, and it's the first of the month now, so everything's flipping over, I suppose. Okay, I'll give it about 2 more minutes here. We should be down another 5 or 10 pips, and then maybe we can get out of something. The euro dollar is at 110.23 now. Got 2 minutes left. If this melts down all the way. Okay, we just got a rally in the euro. Going after the high of the day, 110.24. Just got to squeeze through the top of that, and then when the stock market opens, who knows? Dollar's taking a hit finally. This could be that October surprise everybody's talking about, you know. Okay, you got 1 minute left here. 30 seconds. Imagine you have a sell bot right now. He's still short, and his protection's sitting above these 5-minute bars. So he's got a trailing protection there. So he got trapped there. Another idea is to sell the trap, the very tight here, so it wouldn't be it'd be a sell limit sitting on the top of each bar. To get picked up in the down smash. So I just loaded a bunch more orders in here. I just kept pulling the doji button because I didn't want to. I don't have a sell. Here's a sell stop. Oh, that's buy stop. I have a sell stop. Some of these are sells here. Sell at the markets. But this, if you're just sticking to this, like I'm not sure what's going on, you just hit these dojis, and that I think this actually gets in at the market on some of these. Just gonna throw a hedge on right away. Insta hedge. Insta hedge, like you are in a hedge now, whether you like it or not. So here you're not waiting to. This is a whole different kind of doji. You're not waiting to get filled on this. You're in 40K on top, 40K on the bottom. Complete symmetrical hedge with scaled profits. Since you're buying the ask at the market, you don't really care about the that is your price. Now it's just about stops. So 2, 3, 4, 5 stop, 10, 12, 30, 40 win. I don't know what now the market could go straight up. It's going to clear out. You're going to lose the 2 pips. But if you just made 10 pips going the other way, then depending on how it unfolds, you're definitely locking in. So the market could go up or down now, I wouldn't care. If you just kept launching this when the ATR got small, every 5 minutes you could run, just get in at the market, put on a hedge. Of course, you might want to have different versions of this and maybe not have 80K on each ticket pull. But just for demonstration purposes here, I just got in the hedge right there, because I don't know, maybe it could go lower. So the euro's struggling, trying to take out the high of the day now, and we're waiting for the stock market to open. This could still plunge. Now if I get into the doji here, then I want to put the buy limits below. Possibly I put too many in already. Another bank just went in here down at the bottom. Here's the 30 pip capture, and now the 25, I don't have to rewrite the script for. This is the same script I'm running, and it's trailing in front of the market. So now it could go either way. Since I'm locked into a low hedge here, I think I'm making money on the buy. Now making money on the sells are my biggest winners, and the buys are kind of getting clobbered. But it's executing. It's locking in a hedge at the market hedge. Completely different than bracketing this with stops and going with whichever way it breaks out. There you're gonna fill whatever happens. Here you're locking in, and you're saying, well, I'll just get out of, and I'm at $280 a margin right now. So at 46,690, let's see where the count's at now. 670, so I'm down, but I'm up here. Now this has to go flying down, I think, for me to make money. Coming into the opening stock market here, I'm almost at 7. When this gets to 700, I'll be up. Okay, 717. So I'm up now. Waiting to get filled on limits down there. I'm going to ride out the hedge, let it just kick out. Now, another thing is, like, how are you going to get to these other orders? So you look at the losing trades, you just have to let them get stopped out and take their, 6 pip loss. Or you're going to hit the profit button now and take off all these winners and wait for the limits to fill below. So the ATR rules would have had you short this maybe and not long. So maybe you wanted to get in a sell stop. So it's a big difference there between locking in at the market hedge as opposed to just having a single buy stop right now, saying, well, I just get picked up if it goes up. So how you get on these trains, do you wait for them to come to the station and get on your train, or do you chase a train, jump it, and you're getting the train that's actually going to go for a longer run, because the one that comes to the station maybe is broken down. So before the stock market opens, I could see this thing coming all the way down to $1.3320. And just go crazy. Crush this poor dollar Canadian. Just right now. Now you just broke out new low right now. Just about to. New low on this broker. Coming into that kill zone what I told you about earlier. Yeah, I want to do a redneck trading course that appeals to get her done mentality. See, now you see that button there? There's this video out there called Push Money app. I mean, you got to see anything that's funny. Since the funniest thing is to watch the guy who reviews it saying, I don't know, I kind of like it. I'm like, okay, now we got a big problem. When the reviewer can't see a scam, then you got to wonder the reviewer is probably getting paid on the side or something. He's making that side money. Get kickbacks on that. He's getting kickbacks. I heard he's getting kickbacks on that. All right. Still waiting for this thing to go through the floor on the Dow Jones Open. So we're doing a slow crush through the floor here. I'm up $50. Using more margin, though. We've got to get some follow through right now. Bottom of the hour, the cash stock market's going to open up. We've got to get... this is the low from last... This a double wick low from back there. Really close, and then below that I'll start putting in these buy limits all over again. So just to test out the these orders, we'll put them down there, try to capture that move. Euro's kind of struggling here. It's going to be a come to Jesus moment here for this currency, though. This is the stock market opens. So there's 10-minute panic. I'm finally up on that. So I'm up $120 right now. And you can see I'm about to cash out of these that market hedge. So we just have to let that break down. We're within just a few pips of this white line, which you see some serious crush through that white line. Very hard. And then we start buying below that on limits. And now I'm going to put even more limits in here. Now I don't have to rewrite that script. And I almost want to get out right here. Just before the news here, I think we could go up. It's very frisky. I mean, the news, the market opens, cash market. I'm going to stay there for just, because 850, that'd be nice. You'd be up about $200 right now. Good dump, because I am in a hedge. Let's see how close to take profits are coming. So my biggest winners aren't near cashing out. This one's the only one that's about cash out. Okay, looks like not good for the bulls here. Just hold on to that. Wait for the stock market to open. But seriously, if you only have $500 in your account and you're using half the account and you're up $180, you get the fuck out right now. So you can. This guy was saying, well, you got to put a realistic amount. No, look at the margin you're using. Imagine you'd be at 50% of your margin level right now. You don't want to keep reopening demos. This guy says, yeah, it's so fun. It's got Clay Trader. Anybody see Clay Trader out there? Give me $2,000, I'll show you how to trade. But meanwhile, he's like, well, start with a realistic amount, get a day job, cut back on the hookers and the. I'm like, God, well, that's cramping my whole fucking lifestyle. I'm suicide watch now. Okay, I'm up 110. Waiting for that almighty stock market to open. Waiting for the euro to take out the high of the day still. It's like some creeper gear. It's like waiting for the jury to come in. Nobody wants to live like this. Jury's out. For how long? Oh, another 15 minutes. What are you up for? Oh, murder. Murder 5, murder 1, murder 2. What were you doing? Well, I was trading, and I don't know. Some guy from Mensa Society said he was going to manage my account, my currency options. That's how I lost all my money, is currency options. The commissions were $250, and I just thought, well, these guys must know what they're doing. Why would they charge me $250 per trade? If they didn't know what they were doing, this is like, who do you go to have surgery on your body, and they're like, oh, I'm just going to give them like minimum wage. I can pay them top dollar. You're hoping that they know what they're doing. Next thing you know, your account's like tragically smashed. So yeah, the scalpers would have, if you were scalping that, you'd be out already. See, because you were so up on that trade. And now, if you didn't get out of this, and it comes all the way back, ripping back up, then you're going to start over with that account. See, now I could put another order in, but it looks like we are going to go up now. Well, we went up for that a little bit. So anybody that had, like, imagine you had a buy limit strip sitting there and you cashed out. That's it. The trade's over. You counter trend trade that. It's kind of scary right now to try to buy into this. The euro's banging on 126 now. I mean 110.26. Just about 10 pips from the high of the day in the euro now. So here's where you could get a real bloodbath here on the downside. On CAD, just as the stock market's opening. Or it's a squeeze for dollar CAD here. Okay, got 5 minutes left. Just punched another doji script in there. Put in another I don't know where the market's going order. 80K at the market, hedged with, I guess you'd call them progressive stop or soft stop, soft target, progressive target. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Going to go to jail for 20 years, and you're going to break out the Bible and find Jesus. I lost the connection. It's broken. Look at this retrace. So I put in the doji there. Still up $18. Huge pullback here. Well, it looks huge if you're looking at this time frame. Okay, I'm getting stopped out, and I'm long. So the scalper, see, you would have totally crushed your account now. You were up $100, and you were maxing out everything in there. Oh, look at I'm long on. See, this is the only buy limit that filled. And this happens to be at 25K, which I really wasn't planning on. I don't actually know what these other orders are set at. Okay, now I'm thinking the doji script would be good. Load up on the doji script. Put a hedge on right here. This would be the top become a bottom. I'm just kind of having fun with this account. See, now you were up $150 right there on that down thing. I just dumped out of that thing and been like, woohoo! Look how it came within a nick of that low. It really is support. 5-minute chart. So the stop bot, the scalp bot would have scalped that right there, but I put on a hedge here again, so I don't want to have to be deciding whether or not we're going to blow through this. Now, this would be the bullish dream, is that you take out this white line, you go rocketing through this floor, you engulf the whole thing and go to the moon right now. So if you don't know what's going to happen, is it's sitting at this level, every few minutes that go by, you just keep locking in the hedge here. Every time it's sitting here. Now it could go through the roof. It could go through the floor. And it's, so you just keep loading into this. How much money am I really losing here? I've done about $200, but I took an immense amount of margin. Okay, now what happens to my money? Oh, now I'm up in the day, see? I'm up. I'm at $720. My best balance was at about $800. Major position right now. A lot of margin. Okay, looking for it to go through the floor or whatever happens. So the stock market just opened, and we're off to the races. So I loaded up at the borderline here because I wasn't sure if that was going to be the, you're just getting in on the pivot with a hedge. And now you have to wait. So if this is about your limit for margin usage, then you're like, oh, I could go up or down. I'm still long on this damn, well, we bought way down there. And luckily that's a big fat 25K down there. So now I'm getting killed. I'm at 600. Come up here again. I could put another hedge. Let me put another hedge on. As you come near this white line. So it's a bottomless pit. I mean, you know, if you got enough money in the account, right, you can just, this is an immense amount of money, $46,000. Okay. But my equity is really only fluctuating about $500 in all these ridiculous trades I'm doing right now. So this, I'm going to put this in the comment line. This is an actual script that I think I published once before, but I don't know, it's not anybody, you know, this is really, people just think this is ridiculous to just be like, oh, I'm just don't know, I'm just put, like all this predicting and all this, amazing. Well, this is like options trading. You know, the premium gets small, and okay, once again, we could totally engulf this, or we could smash down. So I don't know. Put another hedge on. When in doubt, doji out. So taking on serious margin. I'm down about $200. Down $300 from my, or $200 from my best balance this morning. But that was it. You would have just got out here. If you're trying to start with a little bit of money. Now I just have to wait. We could go smashing up now. That could be a complete trap. If you go to the 4 hour and you look at this, if you started buying from here all the way down, you're still underwater on that trade, but you're waiting for the whole thing to go back up there. By the end of the day, you'll be out of that. So here we go up. So we don't know. So we're just going to pick that. I'll get one time frame here. Buy stop scalpers are making money now. So I'm actually up on this one that I bought down at the bottom. I'm down about $250 now. I'm up on my buy hedge though, or I'm saving myself a little bit on the buy hedge. Now I'm going to put another doji in as we get closer to my pivot. I'm going to load into the and maybe it does rocket through. So that's a market hedge. Straight up. So you're making money off of volatility here. This isn't even near its profit target. So now it's too late. You have to wait till this place to start putting on another hedge. Or maybe when we clip this top here, I'd put on another doji hedge. Just because I'm lazy, I don't want to sell at the market. Okay, now I'm going to put a hedge on right now. So every 5 minutes, whatever your criteria is, it's not going to matter. I'm down about $500. No, down $400. Up really good on this trade though. Wow, that was a good idea, huh? So you see that all these different styles of entry, it depends what you do. Now, what if I loaded the wagon right here? If it goes sideways for 5 minutes and I just put on like an immense position right here, I would just do so well. I mean, whichever way it went, it wouldn't matter because it would just cancel out the other leg of that doji. And since I'm in so big, so I'm going to load up right here. We're pausing at this. I'm just going to trade the volatility out of this thing. Okay, Euro's still creeping up. We are at 110.28 on the Euro, so they're coming after that wick on the 4 hour. I should be long on this account, slightly long. Coming after this yellow line. Here is the limit account. It's treading water. I don't know if I can put any more orders in here, but there's the bearish orders. Oh, see, the bullish orders might fill now. But I think I actually overloaded that account. Here we come, flying back. There you go. All the way back up to here, I'll put it on another doji. Now you're down about $350. It says you're up here, but look at this killing it there. $30 on that one order. Now, this is the argument for, well, put in more orders like that. What are you, nuts? Yeah, well, that's the old trap trade. Okay, I'm going to put dojis on now. So it's just made it to this stop. They stopped. They trapped the bulls at that line. or it's really going to engulf it. So you would totally blown up your account by now. Had you not got out in here when you were screaming up. Got about 3 pips to go here on the euro. Take out the high of the week and the high of 2 weeks ago. Okay, looks brutal. They're gearing up for a move here on the euro. There's no doubt about that. So I'm short this Canadian, I guess. I think I might take off that big winner. See, here's the problem. So you take this off, or maybe it's going to go up. Just because the euro's going up doesn't mean this has to go down. That's another big mistake. Okay, so it's making money. So I'm going to get out of that. And I'm going to put on a hedge. So at least when I do this, I know it's completely symmetrical size-wise. So I think we could tank now. The euro's flirting with the high of the day. And looks pretty wicked. Big rally coming in this euro. So this thing's crashing down. Totally wiped out the account there. See, I was at 800 down there, so you would have closed all profits, or maybe gone flat, and then maybe sell up in here. And now maybe I get out of my winning trades and let the sell side, because as you're leaving that area, some of these are buys, right? No, they're all sells. The other thing is getting out of stuff. You go right back in with a hedge. So maybe it is going up. See if we get back in the same size. Yeah, I think they're going to take it down. Something bad's going to happen. Okay, we're 110.30 on the euro. Got 8 pips to go north on the euro. So I'm just loading into a hedge right here on this. So here we are. If this is the floor and they've trapped the bulls on that wick, then forget it. $400 a margin. Looks like a big meltdown here. So you would have put in, maybe you sell at the market, but who knows, right? It could go up. So I didn't think it'd happen. So you're really paying for that. But it's getting you into the trade also without having to, like it's getting you in so you don't have to monkey around. Like you're like, oh boy, we're right at that place where everybody's taking profits and everybody's going to go the other way. But that doesn't always happen. So you just wait for the ATR to drop down, put on the hedge, walk away. And then later on, you come back and change the ratios on that and figure out when you're going to drop that order and when you're not, and how that's going to be. And even if you don't trade that, if you trade on a demo, you'd see the mechanics of what if you did do that. What if you did trade like that, where you just didn't care where it was going? But you see, if you would have had some clue there that you'd fallen into this hole and this is the big trap, and when you saw you were up $180 using a little bit of margin, you're like, uh-oh. So now I'm up on the buys here. I guess I should have left that other order. But I dumped, now I'm in more margin, and I'm all the way back to only being down about $600 now. As it comes flying up here, do I get out of my winnings or to put another hedge on. So I'm going to opt to put another hedge on here. So if you go from hedge to hedge, that's what these grid traders are doing. They lock in at each thing. But this kind of hedge, you don't have that market pulling you in on a stop. You're just going, oh, you know what? Climax moment. Here's where you might want to deleg it right now with manual take all profits. Volatility increases and goes to max volatility and it just blows out this script. You can make money on this trade. So when this thing's coming, when this thing started the whole party up here on this big pin doji thing, you could have, when it got to here, you could say, you know what, I cash all profits and put another hedge on, ride it back to here. Now when it comes up here, I am going to put another hedge on. As it comes back to the floor, now it's actually making money on the top side without me even being involved in that. See, that it's all the way back to, I'm only down $400 now instead of $600 to chase the balance around. Okay, now put on a hedge up here. And now I could take all profits from the winning side of the doji that I wrote up. So the buys are winning. And I could say, okay, well, right here is the floor. I'm going to dump out of every winner right now. And whatever I just put on will be what I'm in. So it depends how fast your broker is. But definitely a psychological thing. So I'm not in that big margin. I kind of missed out on about $40 there because I waited. So now I'm locked into this hedge. This bottom becomes a top, then the seller should come in here. The euro's kind of struggling here to get the party started. So this could totally engulf and the euro could crash. I guess we're waiting for that big news at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock news. Yeah, manufacturing. So that should really make the wheels come off this puppy. Well, the euro's going for it. So I think we're gonna go down on CAD. I'm just gonna put a hedge on since there don't have any sells in front of me. We could go up to. So let's not be biased. Euro is just completely bombastically itching to take out the high from last week. So maybe into this news. Here we go. 110.34 on the euro. Smashing up into, these are all hand placed sells up here, I think. I don't have big sells up here, do I? This thing's making money. $77. This guy's getting killed, I think. Down 20. And Canadian stalled out. Up $84 here. Try to get to 15,000. Okay, so going up. Dollar CAD going up. So putting a hedge on. That was the answer. Put a hedge on. Wow, seriously in this thing now. Look at this. Look at that puppy. I'll put another hedge on as soon as we get above here. Cash out of the other leg. See, euro's going up. almost to the borderline here. So I'm gonna lock it in here. Bunch of K. I don't know what these other ones are. I think these are wider exits. Okay. So the winning side of this, here's all the buys. They haven't cashed out yet. So they're about to cash out. Yeah, pretty vicious. Well, we don't seem to be getting anywhere on that euro. Can't seem to take out the high of the day, but 10 minutes before news. Big panic move here. Huge trap. Look at that. Turned out to be the ultimate bear trap. I'm going to put the orders in right at the top here. I'm just going to lay in a hedge right at the very top of that. I could take all the profits out from the long side of that. Not go neutral by trading at the market now. I mean, getting in a hedge at the market. So that was the biggest scalp. That was just an amazing scalp. About 20 pips there. So right up in there, if you were on sell stops or sell limits or sell at the market, you would have scalped it here and dumped. So, but look, my balance is down. So it's better to have the buy stops running here, say. This trade would only worked out if you loaded the doji here and then just never touched it. The ATRs are too big here to run these hedges. The only place you could have put the hedge on was here. These two bars, I'm just kind of messing around. These two bars are the only time you would have had a small ATR to even load a hedge. So here you would have put a hedge on. This stuff sideways for a long time, you would have put a hedge on there. I'm just putting a hedge on here because we're back at that same price. So I'm not following anything like that. Total and golf could get right here. Total and golf. Just so contentious coming into this news. But this could be the lowest volatility of the day right here. So you can also rationalize anything you're doing by saying, well, yeah, but I got a gut feeling. So they're backing off this, Euro's backing off. But this is a pivot area, so you could certainly rationalize loading up the wagon there. I think these are some similar designs but wider exits. See if I can't blow this up. All right. So just sit back and watch the fireworks now. News is coming out. So the euro's pulling back off the highs of the day. We just nicked the high of the day there and just pulled it back. So once again, another trap trade scalp for the euro scalpers. The counter trend, if you think it's going up today, that's the big scalp trade. So I'm buying on stops now in front of that on the 5-minute. Because I think we're still going to go through to the roof here. When the news comes out on this U.S. news at 10 o'clock, I could see it pop through the roof there. So that's my trade plan, is to buy the pop through the roof. Pop goes the weasel trade. And then I went into this hedge. Now, the Canadian, I loaded up a serious hedge here right at the borderline, so we're not making any money. In fact, we're getting killed, but we're down about $800 here. But I'm just testing the idea there. So yeah, Euro's like stampede here, 3 minutes till news, and we could go either way in this. So I load up as this goes sideways. Now there is a reason to put this script in. So the criteria is that the market has to be paused like it is right now. I would definitely load up on that. And then whatever happens, happens. There's nothing you can do about it. So $480 a margin there. $500 a margin. Let's just see if we can't blow this thing up. I made a bunch of money one time. Asia session on this script. I sat there and just loaded up, and then I didn't touch it, and the market exploded. And it blew out one leg there. You can certainly tighten up the ratios so it gets stopped out and stopped in real quick. Everything. Okay, news is moments away. We could pop up and rip back. That's always can happen, or we just rip back and we just plunge. But see that breakout there? If you're still watching, we started here this like 2 hours ago, and it was like I said, yeah, those scalpers are gonna make money on that, but we're gonna go the other way. Now that buy limit that I had down there at 25K, before I decided to just get all crazy with this this doji script, which I still love the death out of that idea that you don't have to know where the market's going. And it works in certain circumstances, just like anything else. It works in certain. Like right now, market. The longer we go sideways here, the more I just keep loading this in. Now the euro's got to follow through to the upside here. Got to break out this top. We got to pounce the high of the day, and pounce the high of the last week at that yellow line right there. Right when the news comes out, rock it up. We sell into it, and scalp it coming back the other way. All right, let's put in some sells up there. And this one, I don't know what's going on with this account. This is the, okay, here's the Canadian account. Here is the limit account. We're treading water, but up $8 here. So we're only down $2 today on this account. Pure limits. Here comes the news. Dollar CAD looking to plunge or looking to rocket. Okay, news in 10 seconds. Let's watch the balance here, see what happens. Was it 46,800 is my highest? Now I'm down big time. Now the euro just spiked back, and here I'm down only about $1,000 today. 10K hedge. Okay, we go through the roof here then. So I'm down $1,100 right now. I think I'll put in another hedge though. Let's add insult to injury, as you want to do. Okay, looks like they're going to smash that down. So $800 a margin, down $1,000 today. Euro looks like it could follow through, go up. Okay, the euro's coming after that that wick on the 4-hour. $1,000 a margin, down 1,000 right now, down $1,000. Equity I'm looking at. So I'm still down $1,000 today. So that's it. Now we gotta wait half an hour. Okay, euros. We're getting killed on this account. So now we're down like 2 grand. We're down like 1,800 now. Ouch. We're making money on the buys. So we have to wait. We have to wait for this currency to calm down before locking another hedge. But look, I got winners here. What are you talking about? Sure, I'm down $6 on that other one. Okay, we're waiting for that to complete. Oh, $55 in margin. So, see, I'm barely in. Let's get back in. So now you want to load up really hard here, because this could be a trap. All right. Another pullback on the euro, looking for another rally. So the news has been out. I don't know what the news is, good or bad. Big sell trap here on the euro, but like I said, I don't have the proper scripts. I'm just loading in here at that top. I would be selling up there, which I kind of am. Or I could get out of my winning buys too. That's the other option. Real competition here. So maybe I wait to get out of the longs from the last breakout zone. Euro's still struggling to take out the high of the day here. Man, this stuff takes forever. I don't even see it happening now. Okay. So here I'm up on this account for some reason. I'm up $2. Now I'm going to put more buy limits in on that. Now this is way more conservative. They only last a little bit of time. Apparently I can't. I already put my allotment in. I don't want to have to stop. Those scripts are just trying to run, but just as well, it's up a buck. So let it go. It's up a whole buck. So I'm selling up here, even though I'm putting a hedge on up there on the dollar CAD, right at the tipping point. And I'm waiting for this thing to go up. So here was the pullback. And look at this attempt on the 5-minute, right after the news came out. That failed attempt to take out the high of the day. Come up there, trap the buy stops that are sitting on top of the 5-minute wick. And this is the 20-yard line. So put buy stops in again if you still think we're going to go after that price, which it just takes forever. These markets are just ridiculous. My opinion is they're not manipulated enough, honestly. I just want to get filled and killed, or I want to scalp it and be done with it. This long drawn out, like, we're going up, you know. So God, just go up already then, will you? Okay, here's the big target. We start selling above that on limits. And the rest is, who knows what's going to happen. So am I right about this sell up here? Oh, is this the trap for the bulls? I don't know. That's the beauty of the hedging. You don't give a fuck and you're not making any money either. So here I'm still down pretty big on the day. We have to come smashing down. I could have got out of my winning buys, but I didn't. So that's all. So people say, well, why don't you buy and sell? Well, this is the reasons right here. This is definitely a good argument for why don't you buy and sell. But here you have to wait for that whole cycle to play out, right? You're going to get stopped out of the stuff that you're not sure about. Maybe you add when it comes back to here. You're like, oh, I like the price when it was up here. Plenty of ways to get annihilated. And you could build a hedge. The longer it trades sideways, the more you just keep launching that order, right? You're going to... This strategy does make money in the end if you can withstand all the drawdown. Anything makes money if you can withstand the drawdown. Okay, they're just struggling to take this euro through the ceiling. I mean, I've never seen... But this is how these markets are. It just takes forever for stuff to happen. See, aren't you glad you didn't get out of the buys? Look at, they can both go up. Look at this thing. See, you're wrong again. Thought that was the top. So I'm going to put more orders in there. I don't know where it's going. Like a hedging right here at the very trap zone. Right there. Okay, now I'm not going to touch it. Man, that euro dollar, what in the hell is going on, people? That's why I can't stand it, how slow it takes these things to go. Look at this. Really? 5-minute chart. Still wait. I'm seeing a glimmer of hope on the 5-minute chart here that we could actually take out the high of the day today, which we've done actually, trapped. And we're looking at go for this 38 price. This is where we got to get out. Got to blow through that. We're going to cash out up into that, and then we're going to sell above that. Just taking forever though, as usual. The cat has totally done psycho auction today up into the top of this after they trapped all the long-term breakout people. Now they're going to go after the high of the day. Ever seen this happen? This happens all the time. Look at this thing. Now I'm totally hedged in this. Granted, I'm down $1,000, but now I'm down like $2,000 from my all-time high. Down $2,000 right now. I'm gonna put a hedge on right at the top of that. There's the 5-minute. Still waiting for that euro. It's a bad relationship. I'm just asking, where's this relationship going? So this looks like a possible trap here on the breakout ledge. Right here. Same thing here. So if you're building up a short position into this and you had sell limits just above that ledge right there, now you're a genius, right? You're up on the trade. I can't really say for this account it's helping because I'd have to get out of my longs right now. So all my winning trades I'd have to dump. Hold on to the short side of that leg. Okay, Euro's poised for a run. This is poised for a plunge. Now we could actually take out the low of the day. So we've seen it all happen before. Stuff we can't believe is going to happen happens. Stuff we think is going to happen never happens. Always, you know. So yeah, I'm definitely killing this, just obliterating this account on the strategy right now. Because it really, you have to wait. So if you overtrade this strategy, forget it. You're just going to churn the account. Not to mention, every time I pull the trigger, they're putting 80K in. With losing the spread upon pulling the trigger of, so you're down, what is it? You're down about $8 every time you hit the button. You're down $8 out of the gate. Now it's a matter of getting stopped out, but I just kind of wrote that to test the concept out. So if you ever get a good idea, if you ever get what you think is a good idea, and that was always very context dependent. It would have worked out great here if the market was trading sideways, but here it's like, are you kidding me? Every one of these bars, we're going screaming up. The 15-minute ATR, if you were waiting for 15 minutes to launch it, the only place you could have launched it was maybe a hammer, something here. Right when the top became a bottom, you could have loaded the wagon there on it and taken the punishment on the wrong side of the trade. You're trading the... Whereas you're pretty much sure, as you see it happening, you're like, oh yeah, I wish I would have sold it there. Well, you did sell it there. That's the only good part about this kind of trading is like, oh yeah, I am. I'm in that trade. You don't have to tell people which direction you're in. Well, I'm bought and sold. Well, how do you buy and sell it? Why would you do that? Okay, Euro looks like it could finally. Of course, time stands still when you're trading like this. I mean, I know I've been here for 2.5 hours, but you know, a lot of stuff happens in an hour. And like this walk up here, I mean, this never looked back. This is straight up for 1/2 hour. This is 1 hour almost straight up off of that bottom. Yeah, it went down here and it almost took out that floor, but it didn't. And this whole area here is the capture zone to have your sell limits. Now we could come ripping back. Here comes the euro finally. Like underdog to save the day. I did get out of my buy orders, I think, for this currency. But yeah, this is totally whiplash. So now let's put another. We have nothing to lose now. We're down $2,000 in a day. So we just paused here. We have our first closing candle that's just got a body, a small body in the last 5 minutes. It's the only doji I'm ever going to see all day here. So let me just go psycho wild on this script. And now I'll stop. I'm using right now $300 margin. So looking for some follow through. Here comes the 15-minute traders. So see that ledge up there? If you would have started selling from this ledge all the way to here, you would have scalped. You would have been up on the scalp there. I can't say you would have made money on the like, you just have to accept that risk up there. Now, if you rode it all the way up into that, so you saw the trap coming, your buy stop bot is getting in on these ledges like this on the 1 hour. So you got a buy stop sitting here and sitting here. It finally fills, and it just automatically comes in with protection below. You know, by the time you get up here, you're up on every trade you got in on. And you know this is the floor. You know the scalpers are going to bail there. And the sellers are going to try to sell there, and they get crushed. And then we come all the way to this trap, this ledge. This is a 4-hour ledge out in space. You know that's the trap trade for the pullback. And maybe that's your whole trade for the day. But yeah, this is pretty funny. It's cracking me up there. But to have enough money in the account to play around, to experiment, honestly, there's no way that you're going to build a gun to shoot a certain kind of animal and just think that you're only going to find that one animal. It's like you built an elephant gun. There's not a lot of elephants, though. So to test out an idea or something, hey, what would you like to buy at the market? If you're really good at that, open the demo, have that running simultaneously with your real money. This way, you can satisfy the need to trade, because after a while, you're not going to know if it's real money. You shouldn't really know if you're trading a demo or real money, because you're just trading. You're a trader. As soon as you start thinking about the money, yikes. Of course, here, you know, I mean, I'm laughing about losing $2,000. I think I'm down about 2,500 right now in the day. But yeah, I knew that going in. Like, I knew it was ridiculous, every trade I was doing, but it was fake money, right? And then the stuff that you know works, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to get in with real money here, real careful, we'll put some orders in. Okay, we're still trying to get to this goddamn wick on the 4-hour. So we just took out the high of the day on the euro dollar, finally. And we're looking for follow through here. I'm not going to add to this thing. I'm trying to get to 15,000. I don't think I'll make it unless I get filled on the sells up there as it comes flying back. So this is the breakout flyback trade. Take out this wick, go crushing up there, and we take profits into it, and then all this stuff I had to put up here by hand. So if I could have a button to press that, but this will slow you down, keep you from over trading, I suppose. Put all these orders in there. Now I just got to sit on that till maybe only get to 1450 today. That's the big pullback. No, it's the longest ride up this thing. Bottom of the hour is coming. Big squeeze. We're only once we take out the high of this week, we could have a huge melt up like we saw the meltdown in the Canadian. This is the place where a lot of people are like, you know what? I sell there, I break out, I make my 20 pips, and I go home. So we're going to do that too. So now we're cashing out as we break out of that right now. And this is where it can really go up quick and hard. And you can get instant gratification. Now they just nicked it, so maybe this is the trap. So all those Gartley pattern traders, I saw Stokes put his X here, and some guy said, "Why not sell on the? Why not sell on the? Yeah, why not sell Sunday night, right? Why not buy it back? Why not ride it up to here?" And so this is a trap. Are they stopping people out here, or are we going to get follow through? This is a real breakout, or is this a trap? So we just trapped it. A lot of people got out there. I think I cashed out of something there. If not, I'd be cashing out right now. So I pull the profits key, get out of all my winners. Everything I'm in now that's up, I get out and wait for the follow through the ups. This broker's so slow, I'll still be in longs when we go up. Another thing, if you have a slow broker and you're in this many tickets and you realize it's going to take a long time to get out, better start. I'm totally flat now. Sells are just sitting just up there waiting to get filled. And so now I'm going to cash out of everything I'm in on my scalp accounts. Now I could actually buy in pullbacks, so I can come over here to the other screen and say, okay, I'm going to buy every 10 pips. This is the 8-hour script. And now all of a sudden it looks like that is that's too close to the market. That's 50 pips deep on the last order with a 70 stop, though, believe it or not. So I'm totally flat on this account. So that's the target where everybody's stops are, and that's also the trap for the scalp. The scalpers are up about, a whole 5 pips here or something. They scalped into that, and I still got another account rolling, and I got the, here is the dollar CAD, which, if you're short, I guess you're still holding on to that, because if the euro keeps going up, at this point, you could maybe get a turnaround here, where this does take out the floor, and the euro just keeps going up. But that was quite the trap there. And so for a while there, they're both going up. They're totally congruent. I mean, they got on the same page there. So this whole cross analysis, you're just wasting your time. People that, I can't believe they find the time. Well, let me look at that. And then they look at the fundamental news, and I'm like, gosh, I just want to make money and run. I want to hit and run accident. Okay, follow through here. Coming on the euro now into my sells. So I bailed on that whole long, and I would chase it on 5 pip deep buy limits now. If they pull it back again, I want to get back in. So that's it. That's how I'm trading it, and I'm testing it all the time. Testing. So Chris, we can see the disaster. You see, I was up on that so good. I was up $300 on that trade. I was just killing it on that sell-off in the dollar CAD. Now who knows? But right there, we were up. Now we're down big time, and now it's kind of hard, if you actually did lose that money, to go back in and trade now, right? But unfortunately, that's what you have to do, because if it was just a business, you wouldn't take it personally. If you're you sold something to somebody, they got the skateboard home, lithium batteries took their face off, you just have to call your attorneys. You can't know much you can do about that. All right, so that's today's morning meltdown, morning retrace on CAD, and we're still looking for that. Not getting that follow through on the, so maybe it's a trap on the euro. Always looking for that trap trade, aware of what the scalpers are thinking. So there was the trap trade, and we're still below that wick. And I just got picked up on 1K on this pullback, 5 pips deep. Now here comes the big smash up, supposedly. Goes smashing up. Fill all these cells in here now. Slightly long going into it. And that's nothing else you can do. Wait for that to play out. So there, 110.37 on the euro dollar, and if you were selling at the 17, you need a 20 pip stop right now, and you're just like thinking, I don't know how tight of stops these guys are running. They never mention it. That's the other thing frustrating about all these people posting their trades is they don't ever put in they don't tell you, well, I'm selling here at the market, and I'm going to be getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to put this order in, and I'm going to babysit, wait till I see that price, or I got an alarm set. Hopefully I get to my monitor in time and don't miss the 3 pip window. Then I get my stop in here, and then I got this one trade. Apparently it's one trade with them. They're not allowed to scale out because they're trying to demonstrate it, but I mean, why don't you just go to here, let me see. I'm trying to get something hooked up here. I thought about this morning. I think I had a dream about it. So that was the scalp trap. Didn't last for any pips. Looks like we're going to go north now. Yeah, there's a broker here that maybe will let you run these scripts. I'd have to test it because that IBFX, which was out of Texas, looks like they went out of business. They sold to the other broker, Oanda, and you got to take like a speech therapy lesson for that broker. But it looks like they acquired this TradeStation 2000 clients, and they were running the background. IBFX was had a back office that would make it so you could trade anything, any style you wanted. So first in, first out wasn't. It was fixed in the back office, but to you on your platform, it looked like it was okay. So I don't even know. I've never run this many orders. You understand these Stokes people are trading in the States where it's kind of like you just can't get, I mean, they're not going to, if you have to be first in, first out, you got to like be aware of every little trade. I don't even know how that works, but if the script has to play out the whole script, then yeah, it's going to be completely different than trading. Now here we go. We're going into the sell zone now. We've taken out the high from 2 weeks ago now, euro. It's screaming north now, screaming brutal north. As we start to clean out these orders on the top side. Coming into sell limits now, I'm slightly long, just barely long. And we're going to screaming up here. Big smash up, pull back is the plan here. Sellers are going to start coming in as you go up here. I had to hand place all these sells. So I'm short. I'm going to take profits on that scalp already. So that's not good. But yeah, there's nothing you can do about these trades. So you set it and forget it. That's all the sells all the way up into the end of the world there. There's the 4-hour view. This is all ripe for the pickings. All the way up into this thing. So we let that go. And yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to download that other broker and publish that and see if it runs. See if the scripts run on there. A lot of people are going to bail right here. So this is another trap. There's another big scalp trap up here. So I'm going to cash out of that one winner. I guess I just cashed out everything I'm in there. I got more sells up there. See, now I took everything off the table because I know I got more sells waiting to get clobbered up there. So this idea that you're going to ride it into the ground, you're going to ride it to here, it's just not necessary. There's a big panic here as London closes. A big short squeeze in the euro could be coming. It is the first of the month. You can see insane retracements now in these currencies. Insane. blow your mind stuff. Dollar CAD still stalled out. I'm going to put in my infamous losing trade, my losing strategy of the day. So we did go sideways there. About to complete this, so I'm going to just, for kicks, load this in. I'm not publishing this demo, just kind of curious to see what happens there. Yeah, curiosity killed the cat, but $2,000 down in the account brought him back, so not enough money here to burn. Let's burn some pips on that idea. And maybe that's going to make money when I come back, who knows. This thing's down $27, getting its ass kicked. Buy limits here. I see I'm locked out. Locked out of that. So I wasn't paying attention to this account. I'm sure there's some better trades. All these evaporated. I'd be putting these in if I could. Okay, wait. Got buy limits here still to fill. So you see that sell stuff up in here? That was my sell orders, which seemed to work out. So what's making money? All the buy limits are getting killed. I don't know if I made money on those sells or not. They haven't filled yet. Okay, Euro's climbing north. It's going up. It's still going north. CAD smashing down. People with sell limits on that ledge are in love with that sell. There goes the euro. See you, bye. Now we could go through the bottom of the day here, amazingly. Putting sells up here. Oh, sorry, the wrong order. Here's the sells. Just a long time from getting filled there. And unfortunately, all those scripts are locked up. So I could really be cranking this account right now. But don't forget, I'm in 6 currency pairs there running, just testing stuff out. Here is a trade based on a trap on both ends. This is the bear trap, and that's the bull trap. So we've cleared the high of the day here, and I'll buy on pullbacks now. Every hour I'll buy. Every 8 hours I'm going to buy this whole area here again. I think it's going up. I'll buy on pullbacks. So here we go. Making a run for it to the upside. And then, well, you're going to see that the next round handle at 111 should be a major resistance, obviously.